Hey everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, April 17th, 2019. Vechain Summit. Yeah, the Vechain Summit. We're going to be covering that, and also Holochain. Hot. It is killing it out there. What is going on? So we're going to be taking a look at that, and we're going to get right to it. Please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. So let's go take a look at Vechain Summit. So what is going on? Vechain Summit is happening tomorrow. It is in San Francisco. It starts at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's about 1700 Zulu, GMT, 5 o'clock for UK. It's UTC plus 8. All right, so at 9 o'clock we have some speakers here. This is on their agenda, and you can find that by clicking on agenda. So there you go. They have tabs up here, the morning, afternoon, and late afternoon schedule. So first starts off with Sunny Liu, the co-founder and CEO of Vechain. So we're going to be looking at that. Also, the speakers here, they have quite a lineup of speakers. In the late afternoon, they have some guest speakers yet to be announced. So that should be interesting on who they actually have here. And this is actually going to be streamed. The link is below for the stream, and that will start tomorrow. There's also a link to this website for the Vechain Summit. So please check it out. It's going to be a pretty interesting summit covering a lot of technology. We might have an announcement or two. We'll see. Everyone's always looking forward to that, right? But we'll see. But mainly this should be really interesting as far as the tech side goes. Very, very interesting. So yeah, this is it. So what do we have going on as far as the guests? Let's scroll up here. Here are the speakers. So we have Sihan Albay, Lead IT Tech Officer of Singapore BMW. Yeah. And Clinton Bembry, Co-founder of Toshent. Dan Bonnet, Professor, Computer Science and Electrical Engineering at Stanford. Yay. Kevin Britz, Co-founder, Managing Partner, Toshent. Luca Crescotti, CEO at DNVGL. Yeah, the business assurance. Glad he's there. And some others, and you can check them out. Should be quite interesting. So they're having this. They're having stuff going on around the room, demonstrations, hands-on labs, that type of stuff. Should be quite interesting. Here are the partners: Beamer, Deloitte, DNVGL, Draper, Microsoft. Yeah, and San Marino Innovation. So if we go back here to the speakers, here's Sergio Matola, Chairman, CEO, and Director of the Scientific Committee of San Marino Innovation. So welcome, Italy, welcome. Same as DNVGL. Hey, glad to have you guys here. Don't forget the My Story with DNVGL has 3 major Italian wine manufacturers, wine producers that are on Vechain. So, on the My Story. So that is really, really cool. Should be an interesting day tomorrow. They have the info here on where it's located at. It's at the Pavilion. Yeah, download the Vechain Pro app. There you go. So there's a link so you can do that. They're just going to have a lot of fun at this event tomorrow. I am definitely looking forward to it. It should be great. And yeah, tell me what you think. Are you going to watch the stream? Are you excited? What are you excited about with Vechain? And yeah, so let's go take a look at Vechain over here on Binance, if I can get there. So let's scroll on down. VET. Yeah, I got to work on my English alphabet. Here we go. Okay, so right now it's down 1.73%. Take a look at it, and this is on the 4-hour. As you can see, it's just this is a huge trading zone that it's just been bouncing around in, and it did a test of the lower bounds a while back. That was back on around, looks like January 4th, 5th, 6th, right around in there. And it's creeping up, and got up in this area, so the upper third of this trading bounce. So yeah, we'll see. And as you can see, the general trend is kind of like that. Yeah, so that's Vechain. So we'll see what happens with this. Right now it's it's going up and down. It's doing the stock thing, right? Also at a more macro level, we have the trading bound here, lower trading bound, which is this pink dotted line, and then we could have the other trading bound right there, which that would be the AR. So I'm looking at this right here. Top of that is the that's like the automatic rally, that type of thing. If you're in the Wyckoff, there it is. But what it's doing is that it is trading, has been trading at a pretty good level above that upper bounds limit. So that is exciting to me, at least. Anyway, I love Vechain. If you love Vechain, hit the likes, right? Let me go ahead and clean this up. I can't have a messy Vechain chart. Oh my gosh. That's like sacrilege. But anyway, if we look down here at the volumes, this is an interesting tale. We look at the volumes, and one thing that I really like to see is declining volume. You see that there? Declining volume, and yet the price is going up and down. Here we had a it's going slightly up, okay, with a little correction and stuff like that, but it bounced off of this upper bounds trading. So it's right around going into the upper third of the more macro trading bounds here, which is excellent. So I hope it keeps on going. We'll see. But I really like the downtrend here in the volume. I really like that, to see that a lot, because what happens then is that for these, like, look at this one wick right here. See this one wick right there? This one. So it's from here to there. Okay, so that's a huge, oh, actually it's here, sorry. So that is a huge range there, right? And the volume on it was pretty minuscule. It didn't take a lot of volume to do that huge range, which means that basically means that the supply is decreasing. And what happens when you have more demand than supply? Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully Vechain keeps on going its way, and I'm looking forward to an interesting day watching the streams. If something interesting or really super duper exciting comes up, I'll go ahead and pop on and do a live stream and let you guys know what it is. Yeah, so that's Vechain. So it's plugging away. If you haven't done your research on Vechain, please do check it out. It's VET, Vechain. They are having their summit tomorrow, 9 o'clock Pacific time. Can't wait. Should be interesting. Alright, so what else is going on? We have Holochain. And Holochain, easiest way to find it today is just click on the percent change and sort from low to high. And here we go. It's at, well, right now it's at 7.5%. But it's like, it was like been killing it. This is on the 4 hour on the logarithmic, and it's just been killing it. I mean, huge monster spike, right? And it's just, I mean, it's trading above the trading bounds, the upper bound limits again. So that is good news. So we'll see what holds for Holochain, but it is really just starting to crank and really liven up. Looks like it had a change of character finally of its downtrend. It's been pretty much in a downtrend there until about here. Okay, and that's on 4.8. Okay, and you can see that. So it looks like, hey, it's definitely been on the uptrend. So we'll see what happens with Holo, but it has definitely been killing it today. That's for sure. Huge spike. What else has so where do you think this is going? Well, if we have back here, we bounce up, we can call this whole thing now, because it's still in the trading range. I actually think that it might do another test upwards to check supply, to see if it's still there. We do have a really big spike with big volume, which is interesting. So to me, that's like a continuation candle. So we'll see. So we can see some continuation and perhaps an increase. We'll see. Keep in mind that, yeah, everything can go up or down. It's the market, right? So please keep that in mind. But I'm looking for this one to kind of continue and go up somewhat gradually, like Bitcoin has been doing. And so let's go take a look at something else that's exciting, and that is Ether. Ether has been showing some life in it. Oh, here's a side thing. Don't forget about this guy, AMB. Let's bring him up. What has he been doing real quick? He's been really sucking wind of late. That's on the 4 hour. Okay, see, he's been sucking wind. He's at near all-time lows, and he's just now starting to go up with some pretty big buys in here. There is some news and garbage about it in Vechain. We'll see what happens, what comes of that, if anything. But anyway, that caused a lot of panic in the coin, and it just dumped. But that's an interesting dump because chart wise, gosh, how would I even chart that thing right now? It's coming down. It looks, boy, it almost looks like that could be a redistribution, if you're familiar with that redistribution. But it does have some significant buys here, which makes it interesting. Which makes this interesting. This is one to keep an eye on. See if it can break this level up here. It could be very interesting. As you can tell, this thing is very, very cyclical. Let's go to the day. And you see this blue thing. Yeah, I know I have garbage all over the chart. But if it didn't have that huge downward spike, it looks like it was going to continue to go up like it normally has and test this historic upper bound area. But instead, we dropped way below to the all-time lows pretty much. And so, yeah, there you go. So what do you guys do with all-time lows? You tell me. What do you guys do? I don't know. Keep in mind that, you know, this one is risky. They're all risky. You know, do you like Ambrosis? Do you hate it? You know, let me know. And let's go take a look at BTC, because we always have to look at BTC. See how it's doing. And this is still on the 1-day chart. Hey, hit my box. Cool. Let's go to the 30-minute. Oh, bummer. I had a box here of where I thought I was going to go, and it went above it. Well, that's good news. So that's cool. Let me kill that box. The longer term box I have is this guy right here. And no, this is not a green candle, but this is actually where I'm expecting a larger spike to hit, and so it thrusts itself up into this box. So we'll see. Let me scroll out here so you can see the box. Let me go to the 4 hour. And let me put auto back on. There. So you can see the I'm expecting another small up. It's been up thrusting, right? It's been in a markup stage. It's in the upper realm, the upper quarter of this trading range here. You see that with the pink lines, pink dotted lines. So I'm expecting another test in the upper bounds, and we'll see what happens with that with Bitcoin to see if it does that. It would be very interesting. And yeah, so I'm liking Bitcoin. Do you like Bitcoin? How do you like it? What do you think it's going to do? You think it's going to go up? Think it's going to go down? A lot of people think it's just going to go down and crash. I don't think so. Let me bring it up on TradingView here real quick. And I have an ulterior motive for going to TradingView. That's to take a look at Digibyte here real quick. Oh, anyway, here's something of interest I was looking at. If this is Bitcoin, believe it or not. And do you know what this thing is? What kind of chart that is? If you go up here, there it is, point and figure, PNF. And a point and figure charts are kind of cool because they really eliminate a lot of the clutter, so you can see the trends. An X is an increase, and a 0 or an O is a well, it's a decrease, and this is on price. And if you're into price action, price movements, this is a really cool chart to familiarize yourself, because what happens in order to flip over to another column, you have to have like 3 consecutive downs in the price. And the way that these are staggered, it depends on the total amount of, they could be like $500 or $50 or even $1 or $2. It depends on the amount of the price. And anyway, so right here it went up, and then it started going down 3 of those drops, boom, boom, boom. And so it flipped on over, drew 3 of them. All of them have 3, okay? And then it went down, 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 down. Anyway, this gives you a cool idea. I'll probably have a class. I'm making a class tutorial series on stuff. And so I'll probably include how to actually, how to read this chart. It's like great for Wyckoff stuff. Anyway, let's get back to the basic candles. Yay. Okay, so good old Bitcoin. Yeah, so it's doing its thing. Nice big increase. This is on the day. Scroll in. Let's go to the 45-minute. Why not, right? See a little BART thing here. That kind of came back a bit. Amazing. BARTs are showing up again. But nevertheless, it's cool. So this whole thing is like it never happened. Just kind of like draw a line like that. You know? Kind of eliminates it. Anyway, oh look, it's decided to show my lines. Let me go ahead and scroll out to the 4 hour. Sometimes TradingView does that. It hides the lines sometimes. Anyway, so I screwed up my line. So we have basically this big parallelogram. You can see the in yellow, and so there's a markup. I had this purple line drawn here for a while of where I thought Bitcoin's going. So yeah, I'm actually expecting an upward spike for it to test the upward bounds, and a little bit longer term. Scroll on out. Yeah, you can see my little box. If it goes up there, we'll see. That'll be an interesting thing. This red line here is at 5,800, right around there. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, that is Bitcoin. So far, so good. I mean, it's just doing its thing. Let me kill that line. It's bothering me. Don't need that anymore. I showed you guys. Okay, so that's what I had right there. Let me kill that green box. There. So I have that like big Q. Q. If you're into Q, hit the like button. If you know what I mean. Alright, so yeah, good old Bitcoin. Looking good, looking good. The volume on it is, always got to keep in mind, it's kind of low, but not terribly low. It's doing alright. Not huge volume, and yeah, so we'll see. It's just doing its thing. It's going up, it looks like, eh? So yeah, we'll see. Alright, so now we're here. Let's go to Digibyte. We'll look at it versus ETH. Why not? Let me kill that. And what we have going on right now is that it's had 2 tests of the lower trading bound, lower trading range, and it's just kind of hovering around here in the center. It spiked up here, so that's cool. And what I'm expecting for this guy is well, eventually another test up here. Okay, so I think it's going to just, I don't know, and then go up here and do a test, and you know, up and down, just doing its test in the trading range here. So, best of luck to all those Digibyte holders out there. Love DGB. If you haven't checked it out, it is an awesome project. Check it out. I mean, it is like the most distributed thing out there. It has like 200,000 plus nodes. Fantastic community. What do they have? They have DigiID. They have DigiCafe, which is like a merchant's thing. Cool. Yeah, it needs some work, but you know, it's cool. It has things going for it, so it's pretty cool. Do your research. It has assets, tokenization of assets coming up pretty soon. Really, really cool. And I think they're having their conference too, pretty soon. If not today, then really, really soon. I'll have to check that out and see. But anyway, that is Digibyte. So this is it, man. This is it. So Vechain Summit tomorrow, 11 hours away. And don't forget to like, subscribe, get notified. Just going to go over to the chat here. But if you guys are bailing, you know, like, subscribe, get notified. Have a wonderful day. Please comment why you like Vechain. What are you looking forward to in the summit? So let's go say hi to some people, because that's one of my favorite things. Hey there, Seth. Hey, Seth. How's it going? Amor, I am feeling great. Thanks for asking. How you doing? Yeah, and Robert says, hope an interesting NDA or two can be revealed at the Vechain Summit. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Hopefully we'll find out what PwC's been up to as well. Should be interesting. Hey, Z-Boy, how's it going? Hey, Slim, how's it going? Oh, and Han wants to know if I'm at the summit. No, if it was like a day earlier, I would be there. But it just fell on the wrong day for me. I was like so bummed. Would love to have been there. That is for sure. And it's not like I'm that far away, but I had a previous conflict, scheduling conflict that I have to go to. So anyway, I'll catch some of it on the live stream. So you better believe it. I'll be watching. Are you going? If so, cool. No one says, doesn't seem like partnerships do much for VET price-wise. Perhaps it's because it's still tied to BTC. I'm waiting for VET to actually be utilized and put into production. Currently, VET is utilized and in production. So it's not huge, but we're going to be having an announcement. I believe Sunny said 2 weeks ago that the carbon ecosystem was going to start kicking off here in about 2 weeks, which means like tomorrow or the day after or a few days thereafter. So very soon, in other words, perhaps he will speak about that. That will be very, very interesting. So we'll see what's happening, but partnerships aren't affecting Vechain's price. It's like as soon as they announce something, like the price would tank, or they would announce something huge and the price would tank. They have partnerships where if any coin out there, okay, let's say Ethereum, if Ethereum had got the partnership, like the one with Air, okay, Air, the one recently, Ethereum would be well over $500, $600, $700 right now, easy. But it's not with Vechain. It's like, I don't know, man. It just tanks. It has the most real partners out there. It's phenomenal as far as price goes. It doesn't show, but value wise, it makes Vechain quite. Has a very, very, very high value, and there's a difference, and it's because there was a lot of FUD, and it just goes to show you at the the general experience of the people in this market. Okay, it's everything. It's just purely, almost right now, purely speculation, and it doesn't matter if something's in production or not. They don't understand production. They don't understand value. They don't understand anything except for, oh, give me a hot tip and what's going to Lambo or Moon tomorrow. That's still the mentality. A bunch of youngsters in here, and that's okay. You know, they're plugging away and they're learning and they're doing this and that. But right now, that's the majority of the market, and it is what it is. But you know, hey, that's okay. All I can say is, you know, I'm patient. For me, Vechain is a pretty long-term hold, and I'm talking, you know, 3 to 5 years out. And, you know, that's me. A lot of people long-term would be next week. So they have no idea what it's like to hold any type of security like a stock. You know, I'm not calling cryptos a security, but like a stock, an equity, let's put it that way, for like 20 years. They have no idea. You know, I probably held some longer than people are alive in this market. Anyway, it is what it is. Oh, and Slim wants to know if I could look at the Dent chart. Dent. That's one of those coins I always skip over. Always. It just is. It's up 5.62%. I don't always skip over it, as you can see. But it's because I just scroll on down to go look at hot or something like that. But right now, hey, sucking wind. Sucking wind. It has some activity going up towards, it's not even above its lower trading bounds. So that's pretty low. Pretty significant drop. Some buys there, a big huge buy, but then there's a big sell. A lot of volume going down. That means there's a lot of sells, some buys, pretty big buys, and it didn't push the price up much. That means there's a lot of supply still available. When that happens, you know, look for a test to go even lower. That's what I would think on this one. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. This also could be a low. All right, and it's just going to go bloop like that. So it could do that. For me, for Dent, just because of the volume increase, as you can scroll out, you can see where there's no interest in this thing. A few little spikes. Huge. You see, look at the spike right here. See this huge candle? How far it bumped it up? And it was right at that level. This level was higher. Let me draw a line here so you guys can see. I'm going to draw a line from there to there. So that was the level of this wick. And look how far it bumped it up. Okay. And for this one, it really didn't bump it up that far. Let's go take that wick. We'll just draw a line here. Yeah. Okay, there, and we'll move it on down. Move it on down. It's like nothing, man. It should have gone up. It should have gone up way more. But it didn't. That means there's a heck of a lot of selling pressure pushing it down. And you can see the wicks here pushing it down. That means there's a lot of supply for it to sell. So, and it's rolled over right here. Yeah, there's some huge buys. There's some interest. This thing could just keep going. But it looks like there's... we have a failed rally too. See, it went here like this, went here, came down, went like that. Okay, fine. It came down. It should have shot up like that. It didn't. So that's a failed rally. Yeah. So I'll look at that. I'm not interested in it. If you are, hey, spread the love. Why do you like Dent? Why do you like Dent? What do you think it's going? Keep in mind, this is just my opinion. I mean, the thing could skyrocket or it could dump, right? You guys know that. But yeah, see, just hit another red. This is on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 30-minute. Why not? Okay, yeah, bounced up and is already coming down. Whoops. Yeah, no rally whatsoever. To me, this means that people are still distributing, selling it off. So we'll see. But it is up, eh? Dent is up 5.83%. So hey, there you go. There you go. No one says he meant to put it in production on a massive level that is proportionate to their partnerships. Yeah, that's a thing. We saw some pretty good levels of them onboarding data, and where you can check that out, guys, is over at VForge, which is vforge.com. You go to the VForge Explorer, and as you can see here, they're onboarding data. These are millions and millions of records. So that's that was like 4 million, 5 million, 4.5 million, all that good stuff, and then whammo, it dropped to hardly anything. And to me, this is like where they're preparing to do something. And so I'm looking for a pretty nice spike here tomorrow, or the next day, or a few days, okay? Pretty short term. And it could have something to do with that carbon credits. We'll see. I can't say for sure. But yeah, we'll see what's going on with that. But when things start kicking on, when things start kicking on for daily production, this thing should be cranking, okay? Because the huge volume that we saw looks to me like it was just onboarding of data, which is a good sign. They're able to onboard data, and there was a lot of it. But yeah, when they start the production line going, yeah, we'll take a look at that. Don't forget about BYD, BMW, the carbon credits thing. Do your research. Do your research. But yeah, know what you mean about the about proportional to their partnerships. Yeah, so we're still waiting for actual huge volume to start to hit. Yeah, seems like they're taking their sweet time preparing. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this video, because of the summit tomorrow. We could hear something, or the day after, or something like that. We'll see. Should be interesting. Like I said, if I hear something, I'll try to, if I can, pop on and do a video. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, that's about it. So please like, subscribe, get notified, share the video, all that good stuff. Check out the links I have below for the Vechain Summit, and if you can't go, check out the link for the live stream that's happening in about 10.5 hours, right? Okay, guys, have a good one. Check it out. Bye.